on, everyone? Welcome to Badass Agents Podcast. I'm your host, AZ Arajo, and I have a very special guest with me today. Now, to tell you a little bit about what we do here at Badass Agents Podcast is we feature agents from our brokerage that have unbelievable lives, right? Do unbelievable things, have amazing stories. And it's my pleasure today to share the story and the life of one of our top producing agents, Miss Ruth Nastasi. Mm-hmm. What is going on?
Hello.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
We got some cool stuff to talk about. Like right before we started, you started talking about your car, this Roush Edition, super fast, 700 horsepower Mustang.
Yes.
Like, but that's always been in your nature, right? You're just like a speed freak.
Yeah,
Like, talk to me a little bit about what you like doing when it comes to speed. Like, I went with you a few weeks ago to the lake. Mm-hmm. We bought some jet skis, and they were like our tour guides. And I just remember seeing you just like riding that thing. And I was like, how did she do that? You were just like screaming right through the water. And I remember I felt like I got one on you. And you were just like not even full throttle. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Yours is super fast. So tell me, how did you get into like these outdoor sports kind of stuff? And
yeah, that was hilarious when we were out and about.
Yeah.
I just looked over at you.
You're like, what are you doing?
Gone.
No, I was looking at her, staring her down as I'm like going because I thought I had her. And then she just kind of, I don't know what she does. Her jet ski is like super fast, racer edition. And she just kind of jets right by me. Real cool, too. Like, I'm grabbing on for dear life, and you're just like...
Yeah, just gave him a nod and took off.
I thought I had you. So, but this is part of your nature, right? Speed is part of what you like doing. And you used to race... motocross, or not motocross, but like dirt bikes and stuff, right?
So I grew up dirt biking in northern Michigan, and dirt bikes, four-wheelers. I just always had that need for speed.
Yeah.
And building engines and cars with my my dad and my brother, and it was always the thing to do, and I just really like it.
Yeah, no, I noticed that, and it's funny because I remember. Not only has to do with this just speed or outdoors types. You like camping, you like doing all sorts of stuff. But we were just talking about like you welding as well. You were a welder for a while there.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Like, how does that happen? Like, I think you guys are seeing a little bit of a trend here, like just abnormal type of stuff. Not abnormal, just different.
Yeah, definitely different.
That's like 99.99% men industry.
Yes.
Male industry.
Definitely.
And you were like, I can handle this shit.
Oh, yeah. I was like third in the region for TIG welding.
And third in the region.
Yeah. I got a scholarship to college, and then... I was young at that time, so I was just like, I just want to have fun, and they wanted me to compete internationally. Mm-hmm. And so that was just welding constantly all the time. So, I wasn't quite into that, so I kind of changed my career direction.
But hey, why not? You just had to, I guess you just had to prove it to others because you knew what you were made of. You're like, hey, let me just show you how it's done. I'm going to be third in the region, and I'm going to go into an industry that doesn't see many of us in here. And dominated.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I welded and fabricated for a while, and then I kind of saw the downturn of the economy maybe around 2000, 2002.
Yeah.
And, because I wanted to work for the big three, like either Ford or Chevy or something like that in Michigan. And they weren't hiring for quite a while, so I was like, oh.
So were you in the manufacturing area of Michigan, or what was it?
I was around Metro Detroit. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. So okay, cool. So when was the last time you were out there?
I was out there just recently, maybe last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen some significant difference around town? I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
My brother lives out there. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he lives out there, and he's just really big on Detroit. He lives like right outside of downtown Detroit, and he absolutely loves it. Mm-hmm. Absolutely loves it. It's been revitalized, which is awesome. And but is that where you learn how to like shoot and carry all your guns? Was there a reason for that, or when did you pick up the love for guns? Because how many guns do you have?
I have quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. Like
I'm an
every
avid
time.
Gun collector, shooter.
So check this out. So I remember we bought Carla, okay, a 9mm, and we had it custom powder coated, or it's custom coated in a pink paint. What do you call it? Paint?
Oh yeah, like Cerakote.
Cerakote, yeah. And Then Ruth comes in because you were working out with Carla, and she comes in with like this big, what did you carry in? This big rifle.
Oh,
It looked
yeah.
like a machine gun.
My assault rifle, my
Assault
223.
rifle, and it was like bright pink.
Yeah.
It was right up her alley, and she's just like carrying that thing, and like it was just so cool to watch it. I think you were even walking in slow motion when you carried it in.
The wind was blowing my hair.
That is so awesome. So how much time do you actually have this shooting range event that you throw every week or every couple weeks, right? For your clients that wants to go out and go to the driving range, is that correct? Or to the shooting range?
Yeah, so we have the 338 membership at C2 Tactical in Scottsdale, and the first Tuesday of every month we have a co-ed shoot night, and then the last Tuesday of every month we have a ladies' night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then usually in between, maybe once or twice during the month, we have an event. Like tonight, we have a beer and wine tasting.
Oh, wow. So you're like really into, just making sure that your skills are on point when it comes to shooting. And do you do any hunting?
No, I don't hunt. I went deer hunting once, and I was just, I'm sorry,
The whole Bambi thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I understand shooting, and I don't hold it against anybody else. It's just not for me.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Yeah,
And I get it.
Yeah, I appreciate the skill of shooting. Like I even have a bow and arrow.
Oh, wow.
The test of the accuracy and. You have to really concentrate on what you're doing.
It's not as easy. I remember the first time I shot a gun, and I was like, okay, I would do it like the movies, right? I think I even shot it sideways, maybe. I don't know. just like the movies, right?
Yeah, you got to throw in the kill shot.
Yeah, the kill shot, just like no. But I've gotten better throughout the years. Not where I need to be, obviously. I think we could always improve our accuracy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's why our military men and police force are constantly out there, because it's not something you just learn and will always remember. You got to continue to hone in on your skill sets.
Absolutely.
And that reminds me, you actually have a special program, right, for the heroes. What can you tell us a little bit about what you offer? You are one of the top producing agents with Asian Associates, and even in the state. But what is it that you offer your clients? You have
I have a first responder, military,
yes.
and teacher discount program. So I really wanted to give back to the people that really take care of us, and they live a different lifestyle, and what they have to do is something that I could never do. The teachers take care of the kids all day long.
Yeah, right.
The military, they can be gone for so long, and
There's a lot of sacrifices in those positions, and I get it. Like with the teacher thing, I'm like, during the summer, I really appreciate teachers. I'll tell you that. I'm not sure if anybody else is feeling me with that, but come summertime, I'm like, dang it.
Yes.
Love those guys. Love those gals.
Yes, yeah, they're amazing people. And so during their real estate transaction, I give back part of my commission towards their closing costs. I have lenders that participate and give back as well. And then I have home inspectors that also give discounts, home warranty companies as well. Liberty Mutual also contributes. So I have gathered all of my amazing industry professionals and kind of told them what I wanted to do, and they were happy to pitch in and give back as well.
No, and it results into very, very satisfied clients that continue to come back. Your business is exploding. And that's one thing that I want to, mention, Badass Agents, is just, of course, when you're in this industry, building a business is not necessarily easy, but once you get into your stride, right, once you become very comfortable about the things that you want, you'll find that a lot of your consumers also want that as well. And you wanted to create a program that would help them and make this not only through superior service of what you do, but also as an additional incentive, take advantage of these programs, which is really neat. But I remember, now here's the thing. You also came in and you started working out with Carla soon after you joined Asian Associates, right?
Yes.
Like, how was that conversation? I know some people are like, well, I don't feel like I'm going to work up to work out with Carla. But you just decided to join her Fit in 12 program. What has that done for you?
Oh my gosh. I have never been able to lose a decent amount of weight. And it just, when I started working out with her, like, it just started coming off. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It just clicked, like something just clicked, right?
Yeah.
Was it, what do you think that was? Was it just knowledge, or was it your approach? What do you think caused you to like really make some significant changes?
You know, I really attribute it to her. Like we talked about it last time we had a
Yeah.
class, and I said, "Girl, you need to like trademark or you know, do whatever you have to do to about these workouts. Like they are magic."
Yeah.
She's like, "It's not me. Like it's something else that you're doing." And I'm like, "No,
No, it's-
like it's Carla." Yeah, she was so
You know
nice.
you know what I think it is? It's like when you're gonna go for that food you know you shouldn't be eating, she just kind of pops in your
Yes.
head. You're like, no, I better put it back.
Yep, and I hear Carla right there, like, "Girl, what are you doing? You know, I'm gonna kick your ass next time I see you."
She is very straightforward, and you know she's had. It's amazing just watching her. She's like a maestro of some sorts. You know, she's just like, say, you do this, you do that. She's
Yes.
like pointing everywhere.
Yes.
And it reminds me of the Mickey Mouse Fantasia skill set. You know,
yeah.
but it's just amazing. And you know, I've seen you. Like I was telling you earlier, like energetically, I receive you differently. And would you say that that's the case? I mean, what have you learned yourself? Because it's not just a workout when you work out with Carly. It's a mindset, almost reinforcement, and a reminder of many of the things you already know,
Yes.
but have maybe forgotten, right? Because society tells us, okay, we got to be this way and act in this manner and operate in this fashion, that we forget who we are at some point and overcomplicate and not really realize why we're not maybe fulfilled or happy.
Yes.
Like what was the turning point for you to really start, like, just because it appears like everything about you and who you are energetically, I see it in your eyes. You're just very certain, very confident, whatever you do and approach. Like what happened during that process?
I think it was a lot, you know, like learning from you and Carla about, you know, you have to make time for you. You have to make time
Yes.
for your relationships, for your fitness, for your business, you know, and you really just, you know, have to schedule it and make it your mindset that, you know, if every part of your life isn't right, then, you know, no part of your life is going to be right.
Yeah, it's hard to really operate at a high level when you know that, you know, things are not right at home, or we're not feeling good because maybe we overate or haven't been taking care of ourselves, or, you know, it can be a number of things, or maybe not facing our past issues, you know, and I think everyone has a story. And it's being able to like just invest in you first and foremost every single day allows you to give the best of you to others.
Absolutely.
And if you're constantly just catering to others, you can't give the best of you because all you're doing is catering to others' needs and
Right.
not your needs.
Yeah, because otherwise, you know, you start to feel bad about yourself, or you don't like the way that you look, or you don't have the energy that you want, and it just spills over into every other part of your life.
It really does. And that's one of the things that I've noticed. It's just your business has grown tremendously, and this is just the beginning, right? Your team is growing. What do you see for yourself in your business moving forward? Like, what are the next steps for you?
So I'm constantly working at my business. I am bringing in other lead gen
Yeah.
sources, but also I'm putting a lot more focus into my current clients, past clients in my database.
Yeah, the people that know, like, and trust you. Know, love, and trust you, right?
Yes, yeah. You know, because whenever, you know, I love what I do, and I love the people that I meet, and, you know, I just love giving back to them, and to be able to, you know, grow my business and, you know, put my effort back into them and show them how much I appreciate them. And, you know, that's really the focus of my business.
And that's one thing that we have to remember as agents, guys. Like, everyone is concerned about, you know, technology companies taking over or squeezing us out. We constantly think about that, right? The Zillows and the Truly. But at the end of the day, there's one thing that they will never be able to do, which is to create that bond and that relationship with your clients, right? And if you do that by consistently staying in touch, calling, marketing, texting, just staying in touch, like staying in communication with them, no one will ever to be able to compete. And that's the key to this. You know, I think we're so concerned about what these multi-billion-dollar companies are doing that we forget this is a person-to-person business to this day.
Absolutely.
And to be able to talk to somebody that you trust, that you know will have your best interests in mind from beginning to end, that's priceless. And if the focus is there, like Ruth just said, where the majority of her business comes from those that have worked with her, those that know her, and those that trust her, it's like she doesn't have to ever worry of her business not growing because you're constantly reinvesting in that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely like a mama bear when it comes to my clients. I absolutely fight for the best deal for them, their terms, every part of the real estate transaction, and making sure that they're comfortable and they understand what's going on, because there's just no reason to have a huge amount of stress when it comes to this.
Yeah.
When you are, trying to pack up your house and you have kids and your schedules are changing, that's stressful in itself.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that I cover all the other aspects and minimize that stress for them.
No, that's great, and you do a good job of continuing to remind your clients that you're there, and that I think that's where a lot of agents lose focus. Oftentimes, is they forget that hey, just because you close a transaction doesn't mean the communication stops.
Right.
And I've seen this time and time again, where it's just like this great relationship during the process, and as soon as the deal is closed, the agent disappears, and it's like, well, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Like you just delivered a product to a client that's satisfied with your, with the way you delivered it. Like continue to stay in touch because I'm sure they know other people that can help you that want your assistance and to be able to purchase or sell their home. And
it's funny because during a real estate transaction, you spend so much time together looking for a home.
Oh yeah.
And
you learn about their family. You're walking through a place where they're going to be living.
Yes. Yes.
Through their bathroom, through their bedroom, like every crevice of you're walking through their house. It's like, how could you not build a great bond with individuals, right?
Yeah. And then once it closes, then it's almost like, hey, like we were just hanging out, we were best friends, and
I moved on.
Like, hey, so
you were just the flavor of the week.
Right.
That's so bad.
Yeah, so that's why I've really started my client appreciation events all the time throughout the month. Just because I love my friends and my clients, and I just think we should, have fun and keep it going.
So what would you say? What kind of events or what kind of things would you do? And this is obviously Badass Agents podcast, but I also want to give some insights to agents that are listening to us, not only within our brokerage, but others in general, to let you know that that this is not something that requires you to overcomplicate this process. What are some of the things that you do to get that referral base going?
So it's definitely reaching out to everybody that letting them know that you are in real estate and that you care about them and you want to help them through their real estate transaction.
Yeah. And staying in constant touch. What kind of events do you actually hold for? Oh, you're doing that's right.
Yep, the shooting nights,
range,
and then we've had salsa contest.
Oh wow, like salsa, like eating.
The food, not the dance.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's a good idea there.
Yeah, and then
I have like 2 left feet, so I'm not good dancer.
So that's why we stick to the food instead of the dance, No. So we have the beer and wine tasting event tonight. I believe we have a Halloween party coming up.
Oh, awesome.
In October, and then we'll have Meet Santa as well, beginning of December. And just fun events. And, I know a lot of people don't like shooting, so I usually don't shoot on those nights, so I can hang out and talk with everybody. And
and that's the thing, like you have such a big advantage because these are the people, again, that know you. And I've had this question, and maybe your viewpoint is different, but let me go ahead and kind of set this up here. I have individuals that say, hey, AZ, I have this certain amount of money that I want to invest in marketing. Should I go to this technology company? Should I do online leads, or should I do this? And my response is always like, why don't you reinvest into your clientele base?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, and that's how I prefer to do business. That's what I enjoy is just connecting with people. I would rather have a face-to-face conversation, with somebody instead of doing cold calls.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, cold calls are effective. Don't get me wrong from that, but for me, I don't like. I'm not going to chase. Right. Like I'd rather, like my whole take on that, and people will agree, and that's okay. There's a million ways to skin a cat, right? But for me, I would rather be so good with my marketing, be so good with the story of what I do and how I deliver it, be relentless about that process that individuals want to come to work with me. And it's being very strategic about that process. But obviously, you got to have good skills to be able to get them and convert them. But at the end of the day, it's like It has to do with shining a light on what you do. Like you shining the light on what Ruth does has exploded your business.
Yeah, and it's definitely, I would rather door knock than cold call. Because yes, when you have open houses or you have a new listing, yeah, you call everybody and let them know about
Yeah.
it. But, nobody is really going to understand how I'm different by making a cold call.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But, there's different ways to make money in this business. And Ruth, like your business is growing tremendously, and I absolutely love what you're doing. And I think I saw Chris here. He's joining us. So Ruth, Caroline, how you doing, Caroline? Gabe Pacheco, how you doing, my brother? Dan Francis, thank you for the thumbs up. And again, one of the things I wanted to bring up is like, if you're a seasoned agent or a new agent in this industry, what are some of the things that you would tell that person, knowing what you know, being in, you started what, 4 or 5 years ago?
5.5.
5.5 years ago. From your experience when you first started to now, let me rephrase this question. Ruth today, what would you tell Ruth of 5 years ago to help collapse the time to see the results of your business faster? What would be a suggestion you would tell the old Ruth?
I would tell the old Ruth, just talk to people, like that's just the basis, just let them know what you're doing, and know how to work a real estate transaction, what you can do for your clients. Like the education is so important, so that way you can protect your clients and help them through the real estate transaction, and just honestly, caring about them.
And when you say education, you really believe, like, how many certifications do you have?
I think I'm at like 5.
5 certifications. I got like 1. I got like 1.
Yeah, I just got a recent one, an RCSD, which means that I am able to help people that are thinking about going through a divorce evaluate the risk that's involved in whether they keep the home or they sell the home, and doing all their due diligence to arrive to that decision. And then that way, that also helps fill the gaps in their lawyer's case files for when they go to mediation as well.
Wow.
So they really have the full picture of, what is this home worth?
Yes.
What am I getting into?
So there's no question about how they can move forward. It's all black and white because you've done the research. You give them all the facts, and that's very important to be able to just talk in facts when delivering a product, or when explaining what their options are. And that's a great certification, and that's something that you took very seriously, and you've helped individuals and in those cases, be able to ultimately do what they wanted to do and finalize any.
Yeah, because I understand it's an emotional process, and a lot of times people don't know where to start, or they're like, well, I want to keep the family home. This is where my kids have grown up. But what does that look like? What's that going to do to your credit score? Are you going to get into trouble after you get divorced if you can't afford that home? So we lay out all of the information so that way, you don't get into a situation like that.
No, and it's always great to have individuals that just are really the experts, right? Experts in knowing what to do next. I know what it feels like to go to a professional and where they don't even know the process, or they can't seem to find the answers, and it's frustrating because it doesn't give you that confidence that things will turn out correctly. Yeah. And I've been in that situation with doctors. I've been in that situation with attorneys, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna go down that road with you. But being able to do the research that you've done and also the education that you've done really helps those situations really get what they want.
Yes, because there's not one individual that understands the whole process. So your divorce attorney doesn't understand all of what's involved in real estate. So I have a team of individuals. I pull in the insurance agent, the lender, title. So I have a whole team of people that we take care of what the situation looks like, and so we all work together.
That's so awesome. That's awesome. So guys, you heard it from a top producing agent. What you have to do is continually be involved and just talk to people. How hard is that? Like, get out of your house. It's so easy. It's so easy. I got my license. I'm going to hide in my house. I'm so easy. I'm going to put out one post and everybody's going to know that, they can use me to buy or sell. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. you have to become a master marketer. You have to continue to talk to those that know, like, and trust you. And you have to, again, it's just that certainty within yourself that you are the best person to serve the needs of your clients,
Yes.
right?
And coming from a place of contribution to help them out as well, covering all aspects of that real estate transaction and taking care of them.
No, I love that. I love that. Now, Ruth, I'm going to have to ask you this. Like, what do you think has changed since coming on to A's and Associates? You were a great producer, but what has changed? Has just the finances, or has it been a mindset shift? What has changed about you?
Definitely a mindset change. Having the support of an amazing broker,
Jeanette,
yes,
she
Jeanette
is a badass. Jeanette Owen, yes.
Yes, yeah. I've been in the middle of a listing transaction, and my clients have had a question, and I said, you know what, let me call my broker.
Yes.
And right in the middle of that listing transaction, she answers.
Oh,
and
yeah, I love it.
yeah, she was able to answer my question, and then she even calls me back and says, hey, I just wanted to double check that. So I called, legal counsel and just verified, yep, that's what it is. So just having her on hand is just amazing. And definitely the mindset with, being able to take care of your fitness and your business and your relationship and, having like-minded individuals around. I always say that, I went to AZ and Associates because I wanted, I'm surrounded by business-minded individuals who are focused on growing their business and helping their clients.
Absolutely.
And not just, just
be a
doing
realtor.
deals.
Yeah, just be a realtor. And it really is, this business is very stressful for those agents that are listening to us today. It's a stressful situation, because you're involving not only the emotions of like everyone involved. We got the cooperating agent, we got their clients, we got the title company. Well, they're kind of, sometimes they have, their own emotions going on. But then you're dealing with your clients, you're dealing with the mortgage broker. So there's a lot of moving parts. And one of the things that we focus on here, or some of the things we focus on, is marketing, sales, systems, and leadership. And I truly think that if we hone in our skill sets on leadership, because you're going to have to lead the other agent oftentimes, you're going to have to lead your client, you're going to have to lead the other agent's client, the title company, the mortgage broker, to get the deal done, And I think a lot of agents just approach it wrong. They think, they come in like ready to fight on everything when all it takes is a cohesive approach that will get ultimately the results that you do want.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of communication. I've gotten a lot of clients offers accepted because, and not even the highest offer, because they're like, wow, your communication is amazing. And I know that, we're going to work well together. We can get this deal done. We can work through any issues that come up, because yes, they do come up. So it's just talking with people.
That's so awesome. Well, you've done amazing things, Ruth, and I know you're just getting started. You're like on a rampage on everything you do. So I think, what I think it is? Go to the shooting range and you will make more money.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that's it.
How can
Go
you argue
shooting.
with that?
Go shooting and drive a fast car with 700 horsepower. It just makes you feel like a badass, all right?
and ride jet skis, yeah.
And ride jet skis. And look at the guy next to you and be like, what are you trying to do here, bro? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, I'll show you the way. It's all right.
Yeah, you and Chris are just amazing. Like, you guys are just like professionals out in the water. I had a great time. I think we're going to do that here this weekend as well. But you actually went with us to go pick them out, and I love the knowledge that both of you had, and thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to give Chris the credit for that.
He is like a great negotiator.
Yes.
And just knew about everything. He's like, well, the difference between this and that is this part. And I'm like, what does that part do? He says, it's important. Just go with this one. I'm like, all right, we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
All right, Ruth. Well, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Badass Agents Podcast.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, this is great. We'll have to bring you back and maybe bring Chris along too as well. See the dynamic there, the dynamic duo.
Yes.
And again, guys, thank you for joining us, Badass Agents Podcast. You can learn more about what we talk about here, more about AZ and Associates at www.empire.vision, or just go to badassagents.com. And you can find all the past interviews we've done. And again, it's about emphasizing who we are as individuals and how that has made us very successful, not just a process of cold calling, not just a process of being great marketers, but being great people that market. All right, guys, thank you for joining us, and we will talk to you soon.